What's up, Melanated family? This is Harrison bringing you the latest news going on in the Melanated community. How y'all doing this evening? Do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Like I always say, if you are not subscribed to the Melanated Father TV YouTube channel, you playing. You feel me? We doing some good things over there. So, I got a news story that I want to talk to y'all about. I want the family's opinion. Do we think this was white privilege? Do we think this was an accident? Something we need to talk about, right? So in April of this year, April 23rd, in Fort Worth, Texas, right? So a white man by the name of Russell King was driving home, right? Him and his wife was coming from like a Chick-fil-A or a Kroger or something like that, right? Now on their way home, they see a truck following them. Now, when, news reports will come out later that the truck had lights on it to identify himself as a cop. So he's getting followed by a cop, right? He says he didn't know it was an actual cop. So he gets home, runs in the house. He in his mind, I guess, this is just some crazy dude chasing him. So he gets home, runs in the house. Through his cameras, him and his wife can see the man getting something out of his truck and coming to the front door. And he's saying because he feared for his life. So this is the actual story. You feel me? A man named Russell King followed home by an undercover cop. Basically, he's followed home by an undercover cop. The undercover cop, once he runs in the house, the undercover cop gets out the car. He's under the assumption, he said he put something in his back pocket. It could have been a gun, taser, something. He didn't know what it was, right? So when the cop comes to the door, he basically shoots him. He shoots a cop, right? He shoots a cop. Now at this point, of course, his lawyer is saying he didn't know it was a cop. He didn't see the lights. But this car followed him for 13 miles. He said it was raining and things like that. But the cop had not the normal police lights, but he had the smaller LED lights that I've seen, and you can tell it's a cop. You know what I mean? But in this case, this white man was able to say, because I at times I hate to make it a race thing, but it becomes hard when things happen that you don't see would be allowed in black society. Like, so he shoots an undercover cop and he gets off. That's the point of the story. That's why I'm talking about the story today. So he shot the cop and it was just been released that he won't be charged at all for shooting the cop. You know what I mean? So let's look at that for a minute. Now, of course, just to look at it from all angles, if the cop didn't make himself known, that's dangerous and a little cocky to a degree to approach a situation like that, expecting somebody to know who you are. But I know how lawyers work and how situations change once the law's involved. And he could have seen that it was a cop's lights and not giving a fuck. You see what I'm saying? Not taking it serious, whatever the case may be. But the bottom line is, in black society, we see all the time police officers kill us for very minute reasons. Half the time we don't have a gun. It could be a young man, it could be a woman, it could be a teenager. You know what I mean? Like, how we're treated by authority figures is abrupt and aggressive most times. Not all the time, but most times. So to me, because again, the cop could have been so covert that the guy didn't know. That's slightly possible. But my problem with this country, things, in my opinion, is so uneven as far as equality when it comes to law enforcement, our school system. Just a lot of the institutions we have to deal with are so lopsided that I'm just, frankly, I'm fucking jaded half the time, because it's difficult for me to look at situations like this and think, damn, if a black man would have got followed by a cop 13 miles to his house, the cop is at the door, you shoot through the door. Do we think, because when this white man shot through the door, the cop got shot and just ran off. And then, of course, plainclothes cops then came back to the house to arrest him and his wife. And like I said, they end up getting off. But do you think this would have happened like this for somebody black? Fuck no. Fuck no. And here's the problem. This is what society, white racist society, this is what people have to understand. It's difficult for me to look at situations like this clearly when all too often, when we're on the other side of this, it doesn't fare that well for us. Now, stop me. I always say this. Before this show, or before I did this news story, I was looking for news stories of a black man shooting an off-duty police officer and walking away free. I wasn't able to find one. Now, granted, you always can find one-offs here and there, but on a consistent basis, I don't think this would be able to happen for us. But if anybody has a story of a black man shooting an unarmed or shooting a police officer and getting off, I mean, let me see it. I think back in the day, Tupac shot a police officer that was off duty, and he actually got off for that. But humor me. If you guys know of any other stories recently of a black man shooting an off-duty police officer, not going to jail for it, you can show me that. But to me, just researching this story and looking at how everything unfolded, this reeks of white privilege. And again, if you don't want me to, if anybody has a problem with me feeling like this was done, or if I would have done this same thing, my black ass will be in jail, then we need to correct the society that we live in. The lens that I look at this world through is based on a black man's lens. It's based on a black man who has to witness so many atrocities at the hands of authority figures that you just don't trust that if you were in the same situation, you would be treated with any type of leeway. And if this society doesn't want us to think that way, then start making shit fair. Continue to arrest cops. Continue to hire police officers to police the communities they were raised in. Continue to do necessary steps to determine officers who have racial animus and feel a particular way about a certain people. You know what I mean? So, I'm happy the cop didn't die. I'm not malicious like that and think all police officers should just be dead. So fortunately, he didn't lose his life, and I don't want to see anybody in jail. Russell King, the white man who actually did the shooting, he not going to jail. I'm not saying that I wanted him to go to jail. I just want to see this same type of justice happen for us. You feel me? So this is Harrison Man, Melanated Fathers TV. Don't forget to like, comment, leave a review. I'm out.